What's up, Murray State? I am Addison Price, sports writer. My fantasy team is 2-0 after this week.
What's up, guys? I'm Dylan Stinson, football correspondent for the Murray State News, and I hate everything about Addison's football teams.
Oh, hey, Greg! How are you doing?
Oh, man, we got a special guest with us today. This is Greg Wydell.
I'm their boss.
Exactly. So, we're going to have to be good.
Yep.
First off, our first story is Murray played, I forgot who they played. Who did they play?
Central Arkansas.
They played Central Arkansas this week. I actually picked them to lose in college football. Pick them in the paper. Pick up a paper next time you see one. They played Central Arkansas, lost by 1 point. Dylan has the stats on that.
Well, they did a very good job this week. They actually improved on defense a lot. Zach Kutch and Nathan Brinkley, they combined for 18 total tackles and both had a big game. The defense improved a lot. Jeff Earhart had another stud performance. He actually completed 35 passes for 2 touchdowns, and Daniel Ard caught both of those passes, and he caught 5 more passes for 72 yards.
I will say this. I'm talking about like Murray State football. They've come a long way in these 3 weeks. To go from getting beat down by SEMO on your home field to go into Central Arkansas and losing by 1 point. That's a huge accomplishment. And Hatcher, I know you're not wanting moral victories at this point, but I mean that's a pretty big moral victory. For the first time in quite a while, the Racers expect to win, and that's a big testament to the new kind of atmosphere that the Hatcher kind of brought from Georgia Southern. So kudos to him. He did a great job.
Getting better.
Racers.
Doing things. Doing big things. In other news, Racer softball team started their fall season this past weekend against Shawnee State Community College, and they just spanked them pretty much. I think one game they won 8-0, another game they won like 12 or 15. I don't know. Who knows? But anyways, they had a combined 33 hits in both of those games, so big stuff.
Now, not taking anything away from the softball team because we're very proud of our girls, but I want to see some production against good teams. A community college team is like playing a high school team. No offense to Shawnee Community College by any means. I just want to see the girls translate that into success in the spring. They had a very, very good season the first season. They overcame a lot of expectations. So let's turn a strong fall season into a strong spring season and really get that Racer brand out there.
Racers.
In other news, in the NFL this week, Brett Favre did not look too well. Addison, what do you have to say about that?
Brett Favre had 3 interceptions, was sacked 3 times, and fumbled in the end zone. Brett Favre, you should have retired last year.
Look, I don't know what it is about Brett Favre. I don't know why people are surprised about this. The guy's played this way his entire career. He'll have a good year, and then a god-awful year, and then a good year, and then a terrible year. Like, whenever you throw the ball for grabs that much, these things happen. Brett Favre has played by the seat of his pants his entire career. The dude has, I think if I'm not mistaken, he has the most interceptions in NFL history.
Yep.
Whatever. I don't know how you can, he's not the greatest quarterback ever. He never should ever be considered to be.
I got to chime in on this, okay? Brett Favre is an American hero. When you think of the American flag, you think of Brett Favre. And Wrangler jeans. You don't talk bad about Brett Favre. I feel offended sitting here listening to this.
The best Americans in history, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Brett Favre.
Look, just because he fought in the Civil War,
George Bush,
doesn't mean he's a great football player. Let's put this to rest. He's a good quarterback, but he does not come anywhere close to the Johnny Unitas or the Joe Montanas or the Steve Youngs or the Dan Marinos. He's like second tier.
Every time I see a Brett Favre Wrangler's jeans commercial, I go to Walmart and buy a pair of Wrangler jeans.
Because it just makes you more manly.
It does.
It really does.
Having great hair does too.
In other national news, the Hockey League, what's it called? National Hockey League, NHL, started their season last Tuesday.
And no one noticed.
Who knew?
Hockey. But in football, in the NFL, Michael Vick had a surprisingly good game. Actually, not surprising. I love Michael Vick. But anyways, he had 285 passing yards for 2 touchdowns and 37 rushing yards. And I think Michael Vick, all the trouble he got in and all that, I think it was actually really good for him. He seems to be really humble. Doesn't seem like it bothers him to take the back seat and be a follower instead of a leader. He actually said in his last interview that I forgot the quarterback that he filled in for.
Kevin Kolb. Kevin Kolb.
Kevin Kolb. He said that he's the leader of the team and he doesn't mind being the backup and just pretty much being a workhorse for the team and just filling in when he has to.
Look, I have to say something about this. Michael Vick should never been suspended in the first place.
He killed those dogs.
Ray Lewis killed a guy, allegedly. Ray Lewis went to the Super Bowl and he literally killed a man. He stabbed him. Michael Vick fought dogs. Is that terrible? Yes, it's terrible. And I'm not condoning that in any way. But whenever you have guys out there, Pac-Man Jones was shooting people in clubs and stuff. And Michael Vick fought a dog.
Punching strippers.
And they wanted to ban the guy for life. There's still people on that side of the fence that want to ban him from the NFL. That is the most ignorant thing I've ever heard. If you ban Michael Vick, you ban half the guys in the NFL because they're all like that.
Idiots.
I don't know.
I agree. Good stuff.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we got for today. Please tune in next week and read the paper.
Thanks for checking in. Check in next Friday and, look on thenews.org for another episode of The Press Box. Thank you very much.